everybody, welcome back. It's Joey again. You're watching VegasDtech. And yes, I know I have some explaining to do to all of my subscribers out there. I know you probably wondered why you have not been seeing any type of videos. I haven't been making many videos. Nothing has been in your feed. And I guess there's just no better way to get to it, as you could probably allude to the title of this video. But the main reason I haven't been back is that my father passed away last month. And, it happened suddenly. We didn't know it was going to happen. I mean, it wasn't like he was in the hospital for anything that had to do with anything critical. He was actually in a rehab clinic on the way out to come home. And he was complaining about having pain in his legs. And they gave him some, painkillers to help him with that. And I guess the painkillers were too much for his heart. And it shut his heart off. And I get this phone call in the morning from my sister telling me, and it's just unbelievable because it was never supposed to happen that way. There's 100 different ways that, my dad being 84, there was a myriad of ways that I thought that he would die, and that wouldn't be one of the ways. That was just never the way, and it's just terrible because had I known that my dad was critical or something like that, I would have been by his side every single day. But in rehab, he's supposed to be on his way out. He's rehabilitating and getting, strong so that he can come home. So that, that was his plan, was to come home this week, and I get this call all of a sudden. When you get that call first thing in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that from your sister, and you never get a phone call from her at that hour, and your dad is in the hospital, it's never going to be a good thing. And when I had it on speakerphone, and when the phone rang, Maria, my girlfriend, was laying next to me, and she heard, that my sister just basically told me that my dad had passed. Maria screamed, and I just jumped up like, this can't be true. This has got to be a dream. This has got to be a bad dream. This can't be right. But it absolutely was right. And having to go into the hospital and having to view your father, in a passed away condition, it was just surreal to me, And this is the one thing that we're experiencing more and more often here as we get older now. When you're in your 50s, late 40s, 50s, you're going to start seeing friends, family members. You're going to start hearing about people passing away, and that's just the reality of life. And that's just something I never had to deal with, in my early stages of life, as a teenager, in my 20s and 30s. You rarely heard of anybody in your family, passing away. Everybody was in a decent age and a decent health. And then you get up there in your late 40s, early 50s, and every day it's something new about somebody passing away. I didn't know how I was going to deal with this. I mean, we all know when you have elderly parents that are in their, late 80s and stuff like that, that inevitably you would deal with this one day. It took a while for this to hit me, and it didn't actually, emotionally, I was able to keep my emotions intact, up until, I was, he was at the memorial, at the VA memorial, and the color guard came out there and folded his flags, did the 4-gun, salute, and delivered the flag to my sister and gave her the bullets. Yeah, I just lost it, and the preacher that was there asked me to get up and say some words for my father. And bro, if there was a time to cry, if it was a time for a man to cry, and I try not to cry, I keep my emotions, sometimes I'm able to take my mind and my heart, and I can put my heart somewhere else for the moment, and make it through so that my family members can lean on me for support, because I have 2 younger sisters, and they can't see me bawling like that. But that was the worst. But anyways, guys, that being said, the whole point of this video right here was to just let you know, what I've been going through mentally with, content creation on this channel, because, going through my YouTube, algorithm here, as I check things, my subscriber count's starting to come down, and YouTube is like, hey, what's going on? You haven't been making any content. You know, you need to be making content. Your subscribers are wondering where you are. We want you back. And you know, for a while there, I was like, how am I going to get back? You know, part of making YouTube content is you have to be in a good state of mind. You have to be kind of for me, I want to be happy, and you know, you can't fake it. You know, you need to have time to grieve. You need to have time to gather your thoughts and, you know, reflect. And that's what I've been doing here, you know, the past couple of months with the passing of my father, is reflecting on this channel, where it's come, you know, how far it's come and where it's going. And, you know, I started this channel like, God, 9 or 10 years ago, and it's progressed, you know what I mean? From, you know, being a hobby channel to, you know, tech review channel, drone channel. And then, of course, when the whole national media went to Lake Mead drying up, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And I was doing my reports out at Lake Mead, and that's when my channel caught traction. And I got many of you subscribers out there supporting me and helping me to build my channel with me and Maria. And now, you know, we've come to another phase now. And I would have hated to just throw it all away and just let the channel, you know, die. And it's so easy to do when you have been taking a lot of time off. It's hard to climb back in. You know, it's hard to climb back in and get yourself back into that groove. But I know that, you know, this channel here, it was something that my father was really proud of. And the reason that I feel like I can't disappoint him, because, you know, in his elderly state, there was many things that he couldn't do that I did on film, on this camera, on my channel. And it helped my father, and it helped all my relatives, you know, that were, you know, are getting old and they can't come out and do these things. I'm the one that's out there taking them through and showing them all these adventures and doing this channel for them. And I know that they love it, and they didn't want me to just let this thing die. I know my father would not want me to let this thing die. So I'm just basically letting everybody know that, yes, I'm going to be starting to make material again. We're going to be, you know, I will still be doing updates, you know, on Lake Mead. You know, Lake Mead pretty much, guys, is Lake Mead is Lake Mead. You know, national attention on the lake is pretty much, you know, all but dissipated. Nobody's really even interested in it anymore. I do go out there because I just love being around the lake. And I will continue to do YouTube water reports here and there. But I think on the channel, I'm going to starting to promote more content to try to get myself back into the groove of things. I'm going to be doing some, you know, talking type videos with you right here in my little studio that I've put together. I hope to add more content in more ways. So yes, we're going to be doing Lake Mead stuff. We're going to be doing neighborhood walk and talks, and we're going to be here in this new den. I hope you like the new den, because this is where we're going to be doing like reaction videos. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you right now. I just wanted to let you guys know where I've been, and I apologize for taking so much time off, but I really needed to take this time to gather myself and reflect on this channel, how I was going to put everything back together. But I'm here to let you know, Joey's back. I'm pushing through. I'm coming back on, and we're going to have a lot more videos coming to you coming up soon. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for tuning in again, and I appreciate you guys coming back and supporting this channel. I will catch you guys in the next video. You guys be well. It's Joey again. You're watching VegasDtech. You guys take care now. Bye.